Hey, Mark, are you there? Fuck, I can't hear you. Oh, can you hear me? Okay, I'm not understanding why I can't hear anything. All right, maybe if I just turn the stream on myself. All right, can you guys? Can I hear? Can you hear me? All right, can you guys? Okay, I'm not. Can I hear? Can you hear me? All right, I'm gonna put my headphone in so you can't hear me. All right, now. Okay. So all you're seeing is. Hello? Mark, oh, did I admit you? Maybe that's the problem. I haven't admitted. All right, how's that?
Yeah, just don't have me submitted. You can.
I know I didn't have you added. All right. Okay. Can you say something?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, it's not coming through there.
Hello.
All right. How about now? Can you say something now?
Yeah, this is me.
Okay. All right. Am I coming through twice now because I have that going on?
No, I only hear you once. No reverb or echo.
Okay. Turn this down anyway. All right. All right, we got a couple people in here, and as you guys all know, we started about 4 hours ago. We've already close to breaking $1,500, so over 10% already, just a few hours. So exciting stuff. So I'd love to hear you guys in the chat as well. If you guys have questions or anything to that effect on the game itself, I'm going to go through a little bit of an overview on the game so you can see how that works. There's obviously plenty of videos online as well about setup and things to that effect, but you can see all of the different components here. And if you have any questions for Mark as well, he is here as well. So if you guys have fans, is my head cut off?
I can see. Yeah, there's a little bit. I can see everything below your ears.
All right, let me try to move. That's the only important part.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Chip.
All right. All right. Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't going to go widescreen. I guess I can click it to make it go widescreen.
Yeah, try to make it go widescreen. I can be small screen.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that.
I can see you widescreen now.
Oh, wait, that's better.
Yeah, that's great. I can see everything there.
All right, good. It worked. All right. All right, so let me move the table this way. There we go. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is going to pick your commander. So these are all the, if you guys have played deck builders before, this is the 5th player that is yet to be unlocked. That's the first thing we need to unlock by, I think it's 12 or 13,000 there when we first make it. Maybe it's 14. And then, of course, we have Frankenstein and Dracula over here. Okay, so we have, it'll be a total of 5 players by the time we get financed. All right, and I know you guys are interested in this. So let's grab these. So here are the figures. This is Frankenstein's monster as well. So these are going to come as STLs. So there's Wolfman. Here's the creature from the deep. If we do well enough, we'll do a printed version.
Yeah, I love those.
Dracula. And this is the 5th player STL, which is the witch. And one of my friends, when I went to Gen Con, printed them out for me and painted them just for the hell of it. So there's the
Wow.
creature.
Oh,
I think they came out pretty good, huh?
That's great.
So we did 2 versions of these. This one he did, and then he did a purple one, which more looks like, this monsters, the monsters from the TV show.
Yeah, I love it.
Here's Dracula. He didn't paint the witch because I didn't have it at the time.
Is that a stretch goal to offer those?
Really. So the plan is, I'm just gonna paint it. No.
Well, no, I mean printed up. Is that a stretch goal, or is that something for a different Kickstarter later on? Because I know you're doing the STLs, right?
Oh no, we're just going to give we're going to be giving the STL to everyone for free, so they can print them at their local library or on their personal printer. Okay. And I have tested them by sending to other people, and in fact, I'm picking up a bunch of them tomorrow. Somebody printed them out just from his home printer.
Is there a goal though where you would actually send out physical ones, or no? Like we print them up or get them printed or something?
No, because I don't have a personal printer myself. I'd have to get them printed out.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'd have to look into that and see how much that would cost, and then I have to ship them.
Yeah, that would cost too. Yeah.
So anyway, there's all of that. So instead of this standee, you'd be using the figure. Now, if we do additional figures, if we get to stretch goals, I do plan on doing stretch goal figures for some of the other monsters that are in here. And but since when you purchase a character, they have to be your color, right? They have to go into your color base. So I'm going to have to offer also colored bases to go on them. So I've already looked into that, and that will, once we get to that level, I will offer that. All right, and then of course there's the Wizard of Oz expansion, which is Dark Oz, and here we have a different version of the witch. I'll go into this too once we get a little further in. But anyway, that's all the pieces, and hopefully we'll unlock this. I don't have any doubt that we will. And if here's the player mats, these are the neoprene mats. Instead of using, and these are going to be a little bit different once they're printed. But this is what they will come with, except that it'll be 2-layer. So the cubes here will fit into the slots. But I couldn't find anybody to one print that off for me, so I don't have that right now. But this is, and you can see even these are really strong. But instead of using these, you can use the neoprene mats, which are really, really nice and showcase the artwork. And then here's the rule book. The rule book is very in-depth and has a lot of pictures. So it'll go through the type of card and all that. But it's not very long. It's all pretty small. The biggest thing, of course, is our bidding system for battling. But let's go into that right now. So to set up, you're going to pick your commander, and all the commander starting cards are pretty much the same. You'll start out with 3 cards that you'll be using to gain power. And instead of like a traditional deck builder where whatever's in your hand is all you can purchase, you can actually save up, and you'll see that that matches this here. So you can save up basically your money for buying cards later if you have anything to buy now. So so those are the 3 that give you power. And then you have 7. This is actually a stretch goal that we have coming up. It's called Resurrection. So it's not, doesn't come with it right now, but it's a really fun card where you can pay 2 to resurrect something out of your discard pile. And so you have grapple, and a lot of deck builders, you have to thin out your deck. All of these cards do something. There's not something that you can't do. So like this one, you can use during a battle, but what if you don't have a battle? Or you can add 1 to your sanctum, which is your power for purchasing. This one here, I can damage somebody else's sanctum. So I can actually attack here instead of attacking locations. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up, I'm going to take 6 stands that are my own. I have influence tokens that are my own. And then I have my base that's my own. And I also have a minion. The minion comes in the starter deck. And each one of them is different. Okay, so depending on what commander I have. All right, so this would be black. And we're talking about doing full box expansions. So I might be doing something where you can change out your logo here depending on what commander you have in the future. All right, so I'm going to have, since it's 2 players, we have 3 locations out, and I will lay out 5 cards for purchase. So again, this is different if you're not a deck builder person. Instead of bringing a deck with you like Lorcana or Star Wars Unlimited, you're building your deck as you play the game, and you're purchasing cards that every other purchase that people can do. Now, this is here is the Kali card. This is also an add-on. So because technically she's not really a monster, as some of the Hindu people have told me, so it is separate from the game. But anyway, she's in here. And so I can damage somebody else's base with that one. We'll go into that in a second. Here, this allows me to add 2 to my base plus draw a card. This one allows me to subtract 1 from one of the characters that is my faction. And again, if you can't use it, you could draw another card. So there's no reason to thin these out because they all allow you to draw another card if you can't use them. So this one here allows me to take 1 off of a weapon. If there's no weapons out there, I can just draw another card. And this one takes 1 off a vehicle. the Cyclops here. Again, if it's I can't use it, I draw another card. So you'll be going through your deck very, very quickly. And then here's my minion. So if my minion comes out, then my minion standee will go into my sanctum. Okay, so everybody starts out as 1. Okay, and I start out with no victory points. Yellow is victory, and blue is the health of my sanctum. So if I had used that card and damaged his sanctum, then I would have done 2 damage to his sanctum to go up here. If you damage somebody's sanctum up to 10, they'll go back to 10. However, they'll only be able to raise this much power in the future. If you get destroyed 3 times, you lose the game. You're out of the game completely. All right, so that's how that works. All right, so let's go through anatomy of a card. So, and let me see if you can see me. Okay, let me see if I can see myself where I'm framed. Okay, so this is Mr. Hyde. There are 2 copies of Mr. Hyde and every other character in the deck. Well, I'll explain that in a second. So this is the faction he's associated with, which would be the experimental faction. This is the cost of the card. This is some changes that were made from the original design. This is all red now because anything that's red has to do with power, and anything that has to do with yellow has to do with points. So he has 4 health. He has 3 attack. He generates 2 buying power energy while he's in the sanctum. So that's the first time we're going to go through what a turn looks like. And then he has the driver ability, which is going to affect certain vehicles. All right. Plus, he has interrupt. Anything that has that symbol down here is an interrupt. And this costs, like it doesn't cost anything to put him out once you bought him in your hand, but he does have a special ability that costs 1. And what it says is interrupt, which is the same symbol that it has here. Move 1 energy from one opponent to another or destroy 1 card in the river. And destroy means remove it from the game completely. So he's just mischievous. And Frankenstein, play a vehicle from your hand or sanctum and add +4 to discard the vehicle. Discard just means it goes to the discard pile as opposed to destroy, where it means it goes out of the game. So he's got throw vehicles, and then Dracula has the flight ability. And of course, Creature from the Black Lagoon or Creature of the Deep, he has the swimming ability, so he can go to locations. And let's go over what a location looks like. So this is a witch location, which means they will get 1 extra power while they're on that when it comes to battling. And only 4 people can be on that location. Then it also shows that it's an air and sea location. So if I purely have my feet, I cannot go to that location without either the ability, like Dracula, to fly there, or the Creature from the Deep to swim there. And walk the plank. So each one of these triggers that once you land on it, or it triggers another area. Any characters that lose a battle at this location get immediately discarded. So anyone that loses has to not even lose to go to their home base. They get discarded completely, which means that the other player will get the victory points. This flag means that once you take this location, which we'll talk about that, once you conquer it, this card goes into your hand, and you can use this once per game. And what it says is I will take 2 curse tokens from the pool and distribute them to 2 opposing characters, which curse tokens lower all their stats by 1, including their health. If either of these characters out of location, place an influence there. That's why it's only used once, because they're very, very powerful once you do that. And the same thing with missions. Two missions will come out in the beginning, and then as they get taken out, they'll be replaced. This is obviously the vampire, so you can actually battle on these. Your standee will go here and actually start here, go here, and then go off each round. Once you pass off the card, you take the actual card and then you have a special ability that you can use plus 2 victory points. So if you don't want to battle on a location, you want to go off and kind of do your own thing, that's what we can do here. But people can oppose you. And then let's say you're here and an opponent is here. If they kill you off, they get the points for doing that, and they will continue on the mission and you will be off. And that's how that works. All right. Plus, anything that's blue is a character. Anything that's green is an action, and anything that's yellow is a weapon or a vehicle. Like this is a demonic portal. You can see it goes to it's water, air, and land. So you can go to any one of the different locations and environments. This is the magical ability, and it can carry 2 people. So you get 2 deployments, and we'll go to deployments in a second. But you get 2 deployments, and this can carry 2 people as 1 deployment. And this says to either to travel or to deploy, choose from below and then discard. Choose your destination location if you have the magic ability. If you don't have the magic ability, then you have to pick a top card of the main deck. The cost of the card determines the destination location and count from left to right. So it doesn't allow you, since it's a demonic portal, it's kind of chaotic. So let's say the top of the card here was a 4. I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd land here, whether I liked it or not. And then this one's a nasty card. This is a card that gobs up your deck, or your opponent's deck, I should say. When you buy, instead of putting it into your deck, you put it into your opponent's. And then, of course, instead of 5 cards in your hand, now you have 4 plus this card, which does nothing for you. And it costs you 1 power to discard it, or you have to eliminate one of your monsters from the game completely to destroy the card. So those little monster hunters are a big problem. Okay, so to finish setup, you have 6 standees, of which you're going to put 2 of your standees in there, 2 stands. And this goes at 10. Your thing goes at 0. That's your points. And then you have your red, which is your power. You're going to start at 1. And then you have your 10 starter deck, which is 11 if we can get some of the stretch goals done, and your commander. All right. And then they're both very, very similar. And then you have these cards here that you can purchase at any time. So I'm going to pause here for a second to see if you guys have any questions, or questions for Mark, or if Mark has anything going on. So I'm going to. And congratulate Mark on his comics. I know that they're doing very well. And I actually got one through Kickstarter, and it was I did a review. I don't know if you do that, Mark.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody sends me like all the reviews and stuff. I saw the one about would it make a good TV show or movie? That was awesome. I like that. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Let's see what someone left a comment. What does the Kickstarter mean for those who pledged on Backer Kit? So I'll let you answer that, Frank, because you know what all they get and all that stuff.
Okay, so for those of you that obviously came in first, and obviously you're also getting it cheaper. So the price is a little bit higher now on Kickstarter. Plus, you will get everything that all the stretch goals that have come up on Kickstarter, you will get through your Backer Kit. All the STLs for the figures, you will get as well. So you're not missing out on anything. And on top of that, which I'm going to do a post today on Backer Kit that tells you what's going on. So I also put in card sleeves. that you can also purchase completely separately. So that's the one thing that's not on BackerKit that is on Kickstarter. And I put that separately so you don't have to buy the game to buy those. So if you felt like you were being left out by not having the card sleeves, don't worry about that, because you can definitely jump in and get those by itself. All right. Was there a follow-up question on that? Hopefully I answered it. But yeah, you're not, if anything, you got everything that, in fact, the 2 cards that came with, which is the Kali and the Dr. Necros, you'll be getting those for free, where those are an add-on on the Kickstarter. So you definitely made the right choice by jumping in ahead of time. But as far as anybody from Kickstarter moving forward, you're also not missing out on anything, because anything that was in the BackerKit side is available here. It's just going to be slightly more expensive. All right, so basically, instead of the huge discount, I made it the regular price here, and of course, we also have a early bird special right now that does make it a little cheaper as well. So we also have an all-in that. And like I said, if we unlock the 5th player and you buy the neoprene mats, it automatically comes with the 5th neoprene mat. Okay, which on the BackerKit side, you're already getting. I don't know if you put in for. I don't know if you put in for the neoprenes, but that's the answer to that. What did you purchase on BackerKit?
Can you say the comments? I can read it if you need me
to. Yeah, I can't see him from where I'm at.
It says, this is Daniel, say follow-up question.
Probably because they're on live stream, or I don't know why I can't see them on.
He says, will we still get our cards from BackerKit, I guess, if the Kickstarter doesn't fund?
Good.
And it says, I think it was the standard in the Oz kit.
Yes. Nothing what happens with with Kickstarter affects your BackerKit. What's that?
And then this one says, have to bounce, but the game looks amazing. Good luck. That was John Long. Yeah, I think that's the only concern, is people were, I guess when you do that, I haven't done any.
Cool. All right. So
Daniel said, thanks for clearing that up.
Oh yeah, thinking that if it doesn't fund, then they don't get their game. No, that's not.
I think that's what was concerning some people or something.
Yeah.
Again, this happens a lot. A lot of things have 2 rounds of crowdfunding. So
yeah, I'll have to. And I did put that in an original update a couple of months ago when we were launching this, and I did put that in there that it won't affect anything, but I'll put it in there again so everybody could be assuaged. All right, so to continue with setup, and now everything that you need to know. So this is all the rules right here on 2-sided card, and I don't know why everybody doesn't do this, because I just played a game called Creel Manor, and I have to open the rule book to get the listing of what the turn looks like, as opposed to just putting it on a card and having it in my face. So the first thing we do is we place influence on a location where I have a person. So if Frankenstein is there, I put an influence token there if it's the beginning of my turn. If I have 2 there already and it's beginning of my turn, then he comes back and goes back to my base. I take these off and I take the card itself, and then the cards all shift down. and a new location comes out. So, and I'm going to put that back for a second because I want to show something here. Okay, so this is a land and air location. This is an air and sea location. This is a land location. If Frankenstein is here, he can't move here. If he has a vehicle, he can move here. But if I have Dracula, Dracula can move there because of his air ability. It would cost him 1 to do. And that's how that works. If not, then if I don't have it, I can't move. And the only other option I have is to come back and then get redeployed later on. If I have a vehicle that allows air, I can attach it to him while he's there and then move over. Because let's say I want to get at Dracula, he's about to get that location. You know, he's already got an influence token there. I want to get at him. Then I will want to get some kind of a vehicle to get over there. All right, so that's how that works. Take cards from your deck until you have 5 in your hand. So you can literally have no cards in your hand starting, or you're keeping some from the previous thing, but you don't pull at the end of your turn, you pull at the beginning. I generate power on my sanctum from characters. So like I said, if he's on my location, if he's there instead of there, he will generate 2 buying power. If he's on a location, he will get 0. Okay, so it's always good to keep someone. So if my minion is on it, he only generates 1. So if he's there, then I will, instead of 2, I only generate 1. If I have multiple people there, they all generate. Play any desired card from your hand. So you can play as many cards as you want until you run out of cards. Purchase cards from the river and put them into your discard pile. So if I purchase something, let's say I built up to 6 and I wanted to buy Mr. Hyde, he would go here and I would pay 4 for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, which only leaves me 2. A card would immediately come out that costs 4. There's not really anything that costs 2 anymore, so I probably pass. And then I deploy, which is travel or teleport to up to 2 characters / vehicles to either locations or missions. So he can go on to a mission, he can come up here, and unless I had a vehicle, I couldn't go there, or I can put my guy there. That would be 2 different deployments if I did that. And then I can initiate a single battle. So you're not going to be battling every turn. You can initiate if you want to. If you know you're going to lose, you probably don't want to initiate it. Or if you have the ability of doing 2 battles, you can only choose 1. All right, so that's how that works. So now let's say I have a weapon in here. Like we have the Drain Life ability is on Frankenstein. Actually, I'll put it on Dracula. Okay, so let's say I bought a Drain Life ability, and I'm going to cover this up, but I have a cheat sheet up here that tells me in shorthand what it is, what this text means up here. Okay, so now he has 7 health, he has 4 attack, he still generates 2, and these match. So therefore, because these match, he gets this ability, he gets +1 attack. Okay, so that's how that works. And this says attached to a character at the start of a battle with this attachment, take 1 from any player and add it to your sanctum. So you can steal things from other people. That's the Drain Life portion of it, which would match him that he'd be doing that. So that's how that works. So now if these guys here were fighting, he has 4 health, he has 7 health, he has 7 health, technically 8 now. So he would have to get 4 damage to kill him. And right now he's doing 5. Neither one of these people can kill each other. However, I could bid. Let's say I had 5. Dracula had 5. And we didn't use that to purchase anything. We just kept that. So now this battle takes place and it's 5-4, right? And let's say it's on the creepy graveyard. So this doesn't match anyone's faction, so it doesn't help us any. Doesn't help either one of us. If it was a vampire one, he would get an additional +1 attack value. So in this case, power is what I call it. So he has, again, it's 5 to 4. I am, let's say it's actually 4 to 5. Let's make it easy. He can then say, well, I need to do at least 7 damage to him to kill him. I need to beat him, not tie, to actually win the battle. So let's say it is 5 to 5. That's and so now I know that he can only bid up to 5, which is going to be 9. He can only do 9 unless he has some card in his hand that's going to do differently. Me, I can go 5 to 5. I can go up to 10. So I know I can win this. Meanwhile, Frankenstein's like, yeah, I know I'm going to lose this battle. Again, if he has a vehicle in his hand, that's going to do everything because he can just throw the vehicle at him for action 4. But let's say his hand was empty. He's like, I know I'm going to lose this battle, but I want Dracula off that location. So I know that his health is an 8. I'm already doing 4, so I'm going to bid 4. He doesn't know what I'm going to bid, so he's going to. So actually, this guy's going to bid 4, and Dracula's going to bid it all because he doesn't know what I'm bidding, and he has to make sure that he wins. So we flipped them over simultaneously, 4 and a 5. Now I'm going to lose 4. He's going to go down to 0. He's going to do 10. I'm going to do 9. He wins the battle. He's going to get an additional token there, but he kills me. So I'm going to go back to there. My card and my attachment will get discarded. And I'm going to go back here and I get discarded. None of the characters actually die. They will come back. Or they're monsters. They get resurrected all the time. So, but each one of us, since we killed each other, is going to get 3 victory points for that. So I'm going to get 3, and he's going to get 3. But now I'm off the location. If there's a third player, that third player can jump in there. These will stay here. I forgot to say also that the Dracula one also gets these as power. So technically, he didn't have to bid all that 5 because he had 1. He could have bid 4. Because this adds 1 to the power, which now he has 2 if he goes back there. So the best thing for a third player to do is to jump in there and get some additional influence, or just stay out of it completely. And that's how that would work. So there's a lot of strategy, even though the rules are very, very simple. And all the battling procedures are on this card. I initiate a battle. I add up to whatever characters and attachments, gives me my natural strength. I can support through my sanctum, which is the bidding. And then I can play any action cards after that I have in my hand. And then we figure out who is the winner, and then we apply damage. And that's it. That's all the rules. And for all you solo players out there, and I'm going to rework some of this as well. We do have an NPC deck that tells you exactly what the NPC will do, and all you have to do is follow these instructions here for the actual player turn and for the player battle. Very, very simple stuff. So you can actually play by yourself, or you can add the NPC to a 2-player game to make a 33-player game, or whatever. All right. Any questions there, everybody? No? All right. I kind of wanted to show you the expansion. Of course, these are going to come on like punch-out boards. All right. So it comes with 2 commanders. The Wicked Witch of the West, that has the Winky Guard, We have Dorothy Gale with the Munchkins. And then these are additional characters. Anything that has the witch logo or the supernatural logo means it goes in their starter. And this has a 1 or a 2 because that there are multiple standees for the minions. Okay, so we have the flying monkeys. Of course, they can fly. We have the Tin Man, and you see it. There's 2 for each one of these, but there's only 1 standee for the named characters. Because what can happen is, if I buy the second one out of the river, I can't use him until I kill the one on the other player, which then frees up the standee and I can steal it. So you got to be careful about killing off your characters. There's another one out there. If I buy 2 of them, then all of their stats, if I had both Tin Mans together, all of their stats, so he would be a 5 health, 4 attack, 2 energy, and that doesn't change. But yeah, Scarecrow, Jack Pumpkinhead, the Cowardly Lion, and then we have all the witches from the orthogonal locations. And then we have the Saviors of Oz. These are all action cards. Vengeance, because there's a vengeance token that you can put it on another character and give you, more attack versus that particular character. You cannot hide. And then we have the axe, the broom, the silver slippers, the wand, and of course we have Toto. And then we have a couple more missions as well. And then it gives you instructions about how to add the expansions to your deck. And then there's Oz boons, and it tells you what the Oz boons are. And that's all that. And I know you can't see my head unless I get it on the ground here. I don't know. I'm going to look really small now. But, I forgot to show you the locations. We got Munchkin Land. We got a Winky Country. We got the Yellow Brick Road and Emerald City. And when these come out, you can bounce from one to the other, even if they're separated by something else in the middle. So all of the Oz ones are basically adjacent to one another. Lots of fun. And there's, like I said, there's plenty of strategy. Even if the game itself is not difficult to learn, you're going to be learning strategy as you play through the cards. And that's how that all works. And I know that Mark and I were talking about doing a co-op campaign. So I am working on that as well, where you can join forces together through the game, and you'll be playing a story that's going to be like a choose your own adventure. So whatever you choose will put you on different paths through the campaign. And we were talking about doing an Abbott and Costello type of looking NPC and stuff like that. All right. So, any questions? That's all I got.
Let's see. Let me make sure over here on YouTube. We got 3 watching. So on the comic, it's the #1 trending comic for 2 weeks in a row.
Unless you got something else to input, I hope you guys.
Yeah, anybody got any questions?
And well, congratulations on the comic. You just said that was the top trending. Is that independent?
No.
What did you distribute through?
I distribute through Diamond. It's published by Keenspot, and no, that's the #1 trending comic in the world. It's beating out Marvel. Trending, the way this is decided, it's not like people decide it. It's the aftermarket. Wow. Like the Bride cover sold for $5.99. on day of release, September 18th. Now it's selling for $180 on eBay. So that's what they're saying. It's so many sales in the aftermarket, the increase in price, what people are paying for it. That's what is making it trend. So it's like you could also say hottest comic. We're making hottest comics list as well, number one on that. But
gotcha.
Sales wise, only 11,000 pre-orders were ordered. So that's pretty decent. More than like Walking Dead's first issue and stuff, but it wasn't that massive or anything.
That's pretty good.
But pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And for it to get the success afterwards in the aftermarket is kind of unheard of. So that's hopefully it'll trend upward, and sales will go up, and I'll keep doing it. I got 8 issues done, so I would love to do finish the story, maybe 30, 50 issues or something would be great. So we'll see. But yeah, it's great. It's a great time of year, the monster stuff.
Well, it's lucky that I chose the bride cover for my Kickstarter.
Exactly, yeah. I think the Kickstarter will do well, especially this time of year, Halloween time. And when does it go off? Is it the 31st or is it November 1st? Do you know?
Well, here's a funny story. So I did it for 30 days, and then when I launched it, it said ending 31st at 12 o'clock at 12 p.m. And I'm like, oh no, that's not what I wanted. So I emailed our marketing team there, and I said, can you guys, because I knew they had a contact at Kickstarter, and I said, can you guys fix this for me because I miscalculated? And they're like, no, you can't change that. I'm like, oh no, man, I can change it. So I emailed support for Kickstarter, and I explained that I just miscalculated. We just launched, blah, blah, blah. And they moved it for me. So it is the first at 12 p.m. EST.
Great.
So we can obviously do a big thing on Halloween if you wanted. If we could do some kind of Halloween promotion.
Yeah, that sounds good. We could do we can think about it, do some kind of giveaway or something. I don't know how we handle that. Maybe if you've already backed the project, we will pick, some random people who's already backed it on BackerKit and Kickstarter. So to get their, back, to start backing something before
Right.
Halloween at midnight. And we say, hey, we're going to.
Yeah, I can base it on like a randomization number for your backer number.
Yeah, exactly. But we also will include the BackerKit people too, of course. So I think that would be neat. I can gather up some stuff, between now and then. That'll be really cool. So
yeah.
I think it'd be great.
All right, sounds good. All right, guys, if nobody's got any more questions, let me know. But if you can, post for us and let everybody know that this is live. We really want to get kill some stretch goals here. So the more help you can give us, the better.
Yep, sounds good. Spread it all over social media. I'll be posting it tonight, and
all right,
where I'm going this weekend, I'll.
All right, thanks, guys, and thank you for supporting. And I appreciate every one of you.
See ya.
All right, right. I gotta figure out how to company. Yeah, sorry about that because I had a delay. So every time I heard you talking, I was already speaking. So I was like calling over you. But what you have going on this weekend, I heard part of that. Yeah, I was delayed. I couldn't. So what happened? What's on this weekend? I got to cut you off. You said, oh wow. Yeah. So should I send you? Let's see. What day is today? Today's Tuesday. You want me to overnight you some of my postcards? Yeah, I got to make sure that it's got the right link there that's in the QR code. But yeah, if it does, I'll just overnight it to you. You may have to text me your address again because I can't remember it. And where do you live at? What state? But oh, you want me to send them right to Knoxville? Okay. Oh, Alabama. Okay, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. Awesome. That's what I'll do. I'll work on that today, and I'll see if I can get it off. Yeah. So this publisher or this distributor that you got, they, is it active as a distributor or a publisher? What is it? Hey, Mike sure that you carry. So no. So when I saw Mike had bought it, I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that came out.